Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. Happy Friday. I'm Lindsay, the Real Housewives historian, and today we're talking the Real Housewives of New Jersey. First and foremost, I want to give a shout out to this brand. I just bought some new microphones with an iPhone attachment from them. They're so cute, and they like clip on, and there's two of them, so you can, when you're doing interviews, it comes with a charger and an iPhone extension. So I just wanted to shout these out because I think that you guys are going to be able to tell a really big difference with my audio. I did a test run. I did a 5-minute pre-recorded video just a few minutes ago, and I went to take a sip of my coffee, and there was a moth in it, and I had that in my mouth. And so I had to stop my video, and I'm now recording, going back to recording. So I just wanted to shout these out because I love them. And I think that you guys are going to notice a big difference in my audio. So before we get started though, guys, make sure that you hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, turn your notifications on. This is going to be a quick video talking a little bit about the Real Housewives of New Jersey and some gossip and some things that have kind of made some circulation this week that I thought we better discuss. So make sure you hit that like button. Also check me out today on TMZ Live, commenting on the whole J-Lo FU situation. If you don't know, J-Lo was locked out of the gym. Not yesterday, but the day before. I mean, the life of her, how terrible it must be to go to the gym and not be able to get in and have to knock on the door and wait for someone to come let you in. And so that happened. Then when she was leaving, paparazzi caught her and she told them to F off. So I discussed that with TMZ Live today. Check out your local listings. But for now, let's get into the Real Housewives of New Jersey. So, guys, we're hearing lots and lots of bloggers and people reporting. One thing I want to remind you guys is that you have to realize when it comes to the Real Housewives and the Bravo community, everyone is really getting their information, their tea from bloggers and websites. Okay, you're not really turning on Entertainment Tonight and getting all of the gossip and hearing that all of the New Jersey housewives got a casting, call. You're getting all of this from your bloggers. So just be thankful sometimes that you have access, because there's a lot of people working hard to make sure the information comes out correctly. And so maybe just show a blogger, any blogger today, some love for their work and their content. But anyways, let's get into this. So Real Housewives of New Jersey, there was a photo that started circulating the internet on Sunday. I reached out to my sources when I saw it. It was a photo of Frank and Tanya Roger, who is Frank's friend, but also was featured on Jersey Shore as Jay Wow's boyfriend, Roger. I think they have a kid together, but don't quote me. And then the most important person that was in the photo that we haven't seen for, I don't know, about 10 years would be Bulldog, aka Brian, aka Messy G's ex boyfriend, who back in January 2013, Radar Online ran an article that stated Bulldog was going to be coming out with an atomic bomb on the Real Housewives of New Jersey for the following season. But viewers and none of us, we ever got to see that happen. So that's the season, guys, that Penny came on. I know we've talked about Penny's interviews, talked about Penny being Melissa's best friend and was in her wedding. And then they had a falling out, but she still agreed to come film with Messy. Things went bad, and allegedly Penny and Ryan, aka Bulldog, were actually going to expose Melissa on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, except producers changed the narrative because they had made so much ratings, so much off the ratings, and the show had gotten so big from the christening and the fighting between Teresa and Melissa that the narrative had kind of fallen into a way where Melissa was your American sweetheart and Teresa was the evil sister-in-law. Even though in real life the situation was reversed, I think that Teresa, Melissa came off a little bit more warm to the audience, and people were more receptive of her and thinking that she was like sweet, and that's how she really kind of came off. And producers helped her with that narrative because they wanted to keep a good girl, bad girl sort of what is the word I'm looking, conflict between the two going on. So how can they have Melissa being America's sweetheart if she's allegedly out meeting her ex-boyfriend for sushi, right? Doesn't work. So allegedly that's why Melissa and Bulldog, none of that made it on that season. And allegedly Penny is on the phone with Bulldog in one of those scenes, and she says that Bravo, allegedly for educational purposes only, spliced up her conversation that wasn't even about Teresa and made it sound as if Penny was talking poorly about Teresa and Melissa, and that was not the case. Penny's done multiple interviews explaining this. You guys can look those up. I think she did All About the Truth. She did not get paid for any of her interviews. She really just wanted to put the truth out there. And another person would be Jan. She too wanted to put the truth out there. And Melissa actually brought up the fact that there was a fib told in that situation, and she tried to blame Jan, and Jan called her out online on Instagram after the podcast aired. So her friends are still listening. They're not her friends anymore, but they're still listening and making sure that she's keeping a correct narrative going, because if she has the opportunity to pin something on somebody else and it keeps her hands clean, guys, she's gonna take it. We all know it. So these rumors about the entire cast making a full return to the Real Housewives of New Jersey is quite shocking to viewers. We have some people that want to boycott the show altogether. Other people say, let's not talk about Joe and Melissa anymore. Other people saying that the producers, they're saying that Teresa, I think this is, I agree. I talked about this on the NYC Gal Out podcast, that I think Teresa and Louis were kind of scared that maybe Teresa was too confident at the reunion when she told Melissa that she wasn't ever going to have to see her again, and that, the whole ultimatum that she was allegedly giving the network. And then whenever the reunion aired, it seemed like she kind of doubled down a little bit, because in her interview, she said things like, when she is asked, are you coming back to the show? She should have been like, absolutely, that's my show. I gave birth on the show. I went to prison on the show. But instead, she was like, I hope so. I have 4 daughters I have to put through college, which is an honest response. But at the same time, it kind of made producers go, well, maybe she isn't as stuck on, not working with Melissa as we thought. So if we starve her and Melissa out, then maybe we can get them speaking again and get the show going and keep this whole narrative going for one more season, so we can air all of the dirty laundry out, and then we'll see what happens, right? Um that's definitely a possibility. Maybe because maybe Teresa's advisors and her publicists and people told her, you were maybe be a little bit more, in your interviews, not so, I don't even know what the word is. I don't want to say confident or cocky, but I think that you guys understand what I'm picking up. You're picking up what I'm putting down. I don't know if that was a mistake or not. I don't think we'll really know until we finally see the season air and after filming everything takes place. I don't know what producers have up their sleeves, but I'm definitely skeptical. I definitely, in my opinion, think that yes, they are going to bring the whole cast back for this season and this season only, and then they may wash them all next year. Give us another opportunity for people to kind of bond with Danielle, to either bond with, I feel like they're not replacing, but I feel like Rachel's like a younger Melissa, right? And Melissa's kind of taking Rachel under her wing. And we all know that Danielle came on as a fan, not a fan, but a team Teresa, allegedly. And a lot of people saying kind of that Teresa was mentoring her because she's a lot like Teresa, but a lot younger because she's got the little kids and stuff. So that's not insult at Melissa and Teresa. It's just the fact that maybe Bravo has something up their sleeve. They're bringing these 2 other women on that in our minds and in our subconscious will remind us of when we see Danielle, will remind us of Teresa in some ways, and when we see Melissa and Rachel, it'll remind us of Melissa in some ways. So I almost feel like producers wanted another year for people to really build a rapport with these 2 other housewives, and then maybe when things get so ugly between Teresa and Melissa and all of the shit actually hits the fan, they'll do a wash of them all and just bring Rachel and Danielle back and start over with everyone else. Just a thought, guys. I want to know more importantly what your thoughts are, though. So make sure that you guys comment and let me know what your thoughts are. Make sure that you hit that like button and stay tuned for more content.